Preparing MCQs using Google Form. When we are trying to use a Google form to make MCQ type of question for the students, the first thing to be taken care is we need to log in to the Google account using our username and password. Like this is my login. I have logged into the Google account. After logging in, we can go for the Google page, the search bar. In the search bar, we can search for the Google Form option. The link of Google Form will open up. We can select a link. This is the page of Google Form. It is asking you to make a personal form or a business oriented form. We can go with the personal form. Go to the Google Form option is to be clicked. This will show us different kinds of form. We can select a blank form. So click on the blank option. Now this is a kind of blank form. Now before using the form for designing the question paper, there are some settings that are to be taken care of. When you will click on the setting option here at the top right corner, there are 3 tabs for setting: general, presentation and quizzes. The first tab is general tab. There's the option of collecting email addresses. If we check onto this option, along with the form, an option for email address will be attached where the students will be required to put their email address. This is not mandatory, but if you want to collect the email address of the students, we can click onto this option. The other option is requires sign in. This is the important option. Limit to 1 response. If you click on limit to 1 response, that means after you will deliver the question paper to the students, they will be able to give you the answer only once. Means after one submission, they will not be allowed to resubmit your test paper or resubmit the form. So this should be taken care of. Now respondents can edit after submit or see summary chart. This is purely dependent on you. If you want that the form or the question paper that you are giving to students, the students can edit some of the data from there, so you can check on this. But usually we don't do this when we are preparing a question paper because we don't want the students to edit after submitting the form. And if you want the students to see the summary chart and text responses, you can again check on this, but these can be avoided when we are preparing a question paper. We don't have to do anything with the presentation tab. In the quizzes tab, now we are trying to make a quiz paper. We are trying to make a paper, means along with the question, we are supposed to form the answer for us for the evaluation purpose. So we can check on this and make this paper as a quiz paper. Now with the quiz, there are again some options. Immediately after submission, if we want to calculate the marks, we can click on this. The Google form will automatically evaluate and give the marks for the paper. If we want that the students, that means the respondent, can see the question they have missed, or if you want to show them the correct answer, or the point value means this is the marks that we have allotted for the question. Now if you want that the students may be able to see the question they have missed, the answers to the question and also the marks to the question, we have to check these options. So let them be checked. After making these settings, we have to save the form. Now when the settings are done, now this is a form layout. The first thing is we can give a name to the form. Like suppose we are making it as a unit test paper, so we can give a name as unit test 1, then computer. Next to this, we have a form description section. This is not mandatory to fill. If we want to fill some description related to the form, like this is a computer form for 20 marks question paper or something like remark section, so we can give the remark in the form description box. Next to this, now this is the section where we are supposed to design the question. Now when you will click on this, there are the options given. This is for what type of question you want to give to the student. Do we want a short answer from the student, a paragraph writing, multiple choice, check boxes, or drop down? So let us start with some options. Like the first is a short answer type question. When we select a short answer type question, we are provided with the area where we can give the question. Like what is RAM? So we can give a question like this. Okay. Now, when we want another question, we have a plus sign here. This is for adding a question. We can click on. This is the next question that has come on the screen. Now, if we want this question to be a multiple type of question, that means like a true false question. So again, we can give another question like is RAM volatile? So the answer can be given in yes or no section. So this is a multiple choice option. Now here in the option category, we can click and write the option true. And similarly, we can add another option false. So this type of questions are known as your multiple choice question. We can again click on to add another question. Now we can also have the questions where we can have many choices, means more than one choices for the question. So that is a checkbox type of question. So we can select checkbox. Now like a simple question that what is the hobby of a child? If we are asking what are your hobbies? So a child can have multiple hobby. Okay, like dancing or singing. This is a general question I am giving. When we are preparing a test paper, we will give a appropriate subject related question. Means when we can have more than one option, that type of question will be taken as a checkbox question. Okay. Now after formation of all these questions, if we need to add answer to these questions, so we will be requiring the answer keys. Now down to this question, we have the option of this answer key. Okay, when we will click on this answer key option, see this is asking to add an answer feedback. Suppose the hobbies should be both dancing and singing. So we have checked on both the option. Now there's a section for point. This is the marks that we are trying to allot to this question. Suppose I'm allotting this as 2 marks. That means 1 marks for each answer. Okay. After this is done, we have to click on the done option. Similarly, we will click on the second question and we will go with the answer key option. Is RAM volatile? If I say true is the right answer, again we can give the point to this question. Suppose this is again for 2 marks. Done. We can move up to the first question now. What is RAM? If this is a short answer text question, again we can choose answer key and add a correct answer. Suppose I am saying the correct answer is RAA. Okay, and then we have added a correct answer. There is an option when we are using a short answer type question, it is giving an option mark all other answers as incorrect. That means if the child is not writing RAA, this is for spell check actually. Suppose we had to write random access memory, but the spelling should be correct. If this is not correct, then it will be marked as a wrong answer. So if we are checking onto this, that means I want RAM to be written as RAA only. If the child is writing a wrong spelling, if the child is writing RAAA, so that will be marked as incorrect. So we can give the relaxation or we can make it strict. Now, after doing this, Again, we have to add the point to this question. So suppose I'm giving it as 1 point. So my question paper is now for 5 marks. At the top, it is showing here, see, total points is 5, this section. Yes, the total point is 5. So after this entire paper is done, we will click on the done option. Now my paper is almost ready. Okay. Now, after the paper is ready, okay, we also have an interesting way of adding the images, like for Hindi teachers, that is useful. Like Hindi teachers, what they do, they put an image, and based on that image, they are trying to give some questions. Okay, now that is also possible. Here, see, these are the option of adding question. Yes, down to this, there's a question, import questions. Now here we have option of add image. When we will click on add image, we can insert image that is in our system. So you want to upload, or we can go for the photos section or in the camera section. If you say we have to allow the camera and the photo can be taken, or basically we can upload, actually we don't require this. So upload, browse, and you can select a particular image that you want to insert and open. So it will take a little bit of time, and suppose this image is inserted. Okay, now we can give an image title, like we have given an image. It may be a map image, it may be a Hindi textual image or English based image, है ना, जैसे हम teachers use करते हैं. Now we can give a image title, whatever is a related title. Okay, now we will not be able to write over this image, but after we have inserted this image, now again we have the option of adding questions. Yes, so we have inserted the image upside, and again we have the same kind of question box. So now you can give the question which is relating to this image. So this is very useful if we are creating a paper where we are giving some picture type questions. We have inserted a picture, and based on the picture we are dealing with different type of question. So that is a very interesting feature of Google Form that we can add. Okay. So in that way, we can make a full-fledged form. Now we need to, I'm deleting it for now. We can do it in the same way. Now after this is done, suppose after my entire paper is done, we have created the entire form. Now the total point of the form is 5. After creating, we don't have to directly send it to the student. We should first see the preview. Okay, preview means how is it going to look like. So at the top right corner, there is the eye type of icon. We have to click on the preview section. Now this is the look and feel of how your students are going to get your question paper. See, it's written your what is RAM, there's a space to write the answer, then is RAM volatile, we have to choose any one, and then the hobby. Okay, now we can give it a try. What is RAM? So we can give the answer. Is RAM volatile? True. And what are the hobbies? So after writing the answer, we can click on the submit button. Now see, it's showing you that the test has been recorded, and when we will click on view score option, this is showing the score. See, this answer is wrong, so 0 marks. This answer is right, 2 marks, and the other answer is also right, so 2 marks. So this is just a preview. Preview means how is it going to look like. Okay. Now after we are done with the preview, we can close this and we can get back to the form. Now after we have seen that the preview is okay and we have responded, now see next to the question there is a tool for response. Okay, when we click on the response option, this will show us the summary, like one student has responded, the average is 4 out of 5. Okay, so when many students will answer to your question paper, you will find a response. So this will be in a graphical form. a graph form, you will be able to know which questions were easy, which questions were tough. That is a normal response page. Now, after we are satisfied that yes, the question is okay, the response is okay, so now we have the option of sending the form. So this send option is now highlighted. We can click on the send option. Now, when we click on the send option, there are different ways of sending this form. Okay. The one way is collecting of email address, and there's the option of email. In the to section, we can write the email of the students, but we don't require that much of effort. What we can do is, see, there is the option of link. This is a link option. We can click on this. This is the link that has appeared. This is a shareable link. Okay. So we can also click on the shorten URL option. This link is now shortened up. Now we have to press Ctrl and C. Ctrl C. This link is copied. We can also click on the copy option. This link is copied. Now, similar way, when the link is copied, now you can send this through WhatsApp group or through the ERP. I have already told you how can we share a link through ERP. So using the same link, you can send this link to the students so that they will get the question paper, and when they will respond to you, you will be getting the responses here in the response section. Now suppose you want that the responses should be recorded. Okay, so there is also an option of plus sign. You see here, this is a very good option. Now, if you click on this plus sign, it will create an Excel sheet. Like, let me try. When we click on this plus sign, this will ask you to what you want to do. So we want to create a new spreadsheet. You can give a name to your spreadsheet if you want. Response 1, response 2. This may be any name of the sheet that you want. We can keep it according to the test, unit test 1, unit test 2, unit test 1, class 6A. So whatever it is. After giving the name to the sheet, we can click on create. Now, as we will click on create, an Excel sheet will be created automatically. Now see, this is a sheet that will automatically be created through Google. We don't have to do anything. Now see, this is such a good option. It is showing you this test was taken at this time on 31st of July at 11 something. The score is 4 out of 5. The question was this, the user answered with this, this and this. So if your class is having 40 students, 90 students, all the data will be recorded. Now, if you want to share this data, you have the option of share. You can click it here and you can share the data with whichever authority you want to share. Like you want to give this data to sister or to the office or for your purpose only. So you can click on the share option and you can write the email address of the person whom you want to share this data. Yes, so this is showing you share with people or the groups. So you can add here the people. The email address will be shown if you have already added in your Gmail account. So you can click on that person and this address will be, the data will be shared on this Gmail address. So when this person will open up the account, he or she will see this Excel sheet. So that is all how we can use a Excel sheet also for evaluating the responses of the student. So this is the entire procedure of using this Google form. I hope this will be useful to you. Please try it once. Thank you.